Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a disassembly of this guy for you. All right, you ready? Sit. Ooh, go. Hey you guys, welcome back. Stella's Knife Obsession here. And today I'm going to disassemble this guy for you. I've been wanting to do a review anyway, so I figured, why not? Let's do it, okay? Yeah, let's do it. I just have all these other knives that I need to pump out some reviews and things like that with. That I kind of, my own knives take a back seat to them. So it's because my own knives are my own knives and I can touch them at any time if I want to. I can do whatever I want to do with them. But anyway, let's do a disassembly of this guy. This is the Bunta by Petrified Fish. And it is quite the beauty. I think this blade is absolutely phenomenal. Just a wonderful shape. I absolutely love this cutout. I think it's stylish, and it actually it reminds me so much of the Tucson Hawk that it's just uncanny how familiar these two are. But anyway, that I will definitely talk about that another time. So let's just get started. And here we go. Yeah, I was just curious actually, and a friend of mine brought it up too. I was curious about the insides of these. Jake from Ohio State brought it up to me as well, because he asked me a question about it last night. So I was like, well, you know what? I think I'll just do a disassembly and check all of it out on the inside there. This is a wonderful tool. If you don't have a ratcheting torque bit tool, you should try to find one. I got this from I want to say either AliExpress or Wish a long time ago, and it sucks that it works so well. It just doesn't suck that it works so well. It's just I don't usually count on the shit that I get from there lasting very long. So did I just say the S word? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I just don't find that their tools are very, I don't know, review worthy. Because typically the tools I get from them are crappy, to be quite honest with you. So the S word is befitting of the sales peoples. Oh, I forgot something. Had to grab one of these bad boys. Ooh, good stuff. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Now I'm ready. Here's a T6. You can see that's magnetic, which is actually really, really helpful. Anybody out there that takes apart anything knows that a magnetic tool or bit is probably one of the most valuable things you could have. I mean, especially if you're working on a car. Working on cars, I have to have one of those long magnetic arm things because I tend to drop things constantly. It's so annoying. But that's how I roll. Anyway, this is the Bunta, and one thing I love about this, just one of the things of many, is the fact that they did the pocket clip the way they did. And I love that it's reversible, but the everything's countersunk. That is such good quality. I can't believe how well they ended up doing. I didn't think that they had a leg in this until I bought the, maybe 2 years ago now. I got the Petrified Fish Beluga. And when I got that sucker, I knew it was, they had a good foundation to make a great business in the knife community. So it doesn't surprise me that their products are just quality. It's just it yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all that they're really coming up, and I'm sure most of the people that watch this and tons of people that don't already know that petrified fish is a force with that beluga, man. That thing is pretty awesome. You cannot beat it. I mean, it's got the action. It's got the beautiful. If it has different versions, so you can get the beautiful micarta that they put out. It's got the amazingly easy front flipping action as well. So it's like you just it's not hard to guess. It's not a far fetched guess that this is going to be good quality. I bet you uh, the I'm almost positive the bearings are going to be ceramic. So, and you know that glassy, beautiful feeling that you get from the action on a knife that has ceramic bearings. It's just unmistakable. And if the company does it well, it's history. The knife company may even make history. You never know. But I was really happy to see that they joined us here in the United States instead of buying from them direct, which is what I used to do. Um, it's so much better now that you could just get it from White Mountain Knives. Well, I'll be darned. I thought they were definitely going to be ceramic, but they're steel. That's crazy. A little burn mark on the end of that blade, too. Wow, that surprises me. So they have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 beads, though. 10 balls, whatever you want to call it. So I might as well just wipe off the old oil and put my own new stuff on. The action on this thing is, dare I say, even better than the beluga. I think I think there's been a couple of people out there that like the bunta, but they haven't. It hasn't gotten as much love as I would think it would have had by now, because the thing is beautiful. It's the micarta is fantastic. It's great quality, and you can tell by just touching it that the quality is it's really up there. Um, yeah, and is I'm surprised this is that dirty and it still ran so well. This thing is nice though. I definitely would recommend getting one if you like if you don't mind flipper knives, and if you like the beluga, this is a great knife. I would definitely get one. Um, I don't remember. I don't know how much this one is, but I can certainly look it up and see if they have some at White Mountain Knives, and I'll leave you guys a link below. And if you can always use my discount code if you'd like. I know people have their favorites out there and use their discount codes, which is totally fine with me. But I totally appreciate anyone that does use my discount code. If I get more people using it, I might actually get more knives to review from White Mountain Knives. So I would be really appreciative for any help in that department, you guys. It's always nice to be able to review a knife and tell you guys what to expect, and then send it back. That way I know, and you guys will all know if you want to purchase it. So let's see. I've not look at the track already in there. So these uh, steel balls are really cutting into the blade, which is good. They should be making their own track. Now, when you go like this, I love this feeling when you do this to your bearings, and you can feel every single one of those balls roll. It's such a nice feeling. That's why you just know it's getting great action. So great bearings there. I'll just do a little dab will do them. and then wipe them off with the rag. If you guys like high flat grinds, this one has a beautiful high flat grind, so I can definitely tell you you will most likely like it. I didn't see any reason to really remove the uh, pocket clip, so I just left it on. Yeah, so check out the stop pin. Very healthy, nice and thick. So you can definitely use this in a heavy use situation if need be, because this is no little toothpick of a stop pin. So that's always awesome. Love it. I'll just set that there. Wipe the grease off here. And the detent ball is steel as well. That's pretty rare these days. I find that most manufacturers are using ceramic just because in the long run you get a more decent action that lasts a long time, and you don't have to worry about corrosion with ceramic, so that's always nice, you know. So yeah, wipe it off. Yeah, nice and solid. There's oil all over the place, but it's a nice and solid knife, man. That's Boomer. Yeah. That's Boomer. I at the end of this, stick around. I'm gonna do a little tour for you. I'll call it. And one of you knows why. Mm-mm-mm. Mountain Dew is the other love of my life. Who out there loves some Mountain Dew? If you don't drink Mountain Dew, what kind of pop do you drink if you drink pop? Pop is really good for you. Any doctor will tell you that. Yeah. And stuff. All right. So as you can see, the pivot is D-shaped, which is terrific. I don't know why every single company in the world doesn't do some sort of a uh, like D shape or whatever to get it to stop spinning, so that it makes it easier on us as the consumer to take the knife apart. It doesn't make sense to me that people, like, everybody doesn't do it, you know. But then again, everybody has their own reason they do what they do with their things that they do. So, you know, it's going to be pointing toward the back of the knife. I mean, the bottom of the knife. All right. So let's do that. Yeah. And then we'll put little drops of oil everywhere. Sometimes I'll be the first to admit it. I use a little too much oil sometimes, but every time I do that, I will wipe it off because it's not a big deal. It's really not. You don't need that much oil, to be quite honest with you, but with steel balls, I would prefer a little extra just because they're steel. A lot of petrified fish knives come with extra parts, not so much bearings, but in this case I would prefer that they did send extra bearings because the balls are stainless, well, they're steel, and not even stainless steel is rust proof. It's just stains less, so it's kind of it's gonna it depends on a lot of different factors. So drop some in this little hole right here along the detent ramp, a little bit in this spot, and a sticker in there. Hopefully keep that pivot in the right position. There you go. And then it will There we go. And I rubbed a little bit on the blade because it is D2, unfortunately. That's the only thing about Chinese knives. They still stick with the old D2, and not all of theirs are. They do 14C28 in a lot of their knives, I've noticed recently. So, I mean, that's always cool, but it just sucks when you have D2. I mean, because I'm getting sick of it again. You know, I feel like it's just like for quite some time there, people were really getting away from it, and it was so nice. 14C everything though. But then you have the people that put out the N690, which is a pretty decent steel. It's not garbage. And then 154 CM, which is my favorite budget steel. And my son is screaming again. What is it, boy? Protect us, baby. What is that sound? There's some kind of beeping outside. What could it be? Ooh, that snapped into place really easy. I forgot about the screws on the other side though. Well, let's just anchor this pivot back in there because I don't want to have it flopping around when I'm trying to screw everything back in. Alright, let's put a little, I love the gel. When I use the Permatex gel thread locker in the medium blue because it's just the best, I think. I used to use the liquid form. I don't know what you'd call it. Liquid of whatever. It was just way too runny, and it was the stuff that I used to get, like the little package that you can get off of Blade HQ. So I'll put a little bit back there. It's a little too much. Whoop. There we go. Just put that in there. There we go. Just a little tightening there, and then get the other screws in at least a little bit. And then what I do is just go around and tighten them all. That way it's being put together as evenly as possible. That's what I shoot for anyway. But no one is perfect. Typically, you don't really have to worry about body screws. Not always, but sometimes you do, and for that reason, I don't feel the need to check my body screws constantly, so I like to put a little thread locker there just for that reason, so I can definitely trust my knife for a long time to come, because I don't want to have to worry about that. If I'm processing a ton of cardboard, I don't want to sit there and have to make sure my knife isn't going to fail. You know, first of all, it's not safe for anyone to be using a knife that's not properly tightened. So, you know, I know a lot of people prefer not to actually use thread locker, which is your prerogative. You know, I get it. I like the fact that most companies will actually, not most, but a lot of companies will actually send you the knife so that without thread locker, and your pivot, like Tucson, your pivot will get loose really quick, because if you're anything like me, you'll be playing with it constantly until what I do is I just break it in by constantly playing with it, and when the pivot comes loose, I take the whole thing apart, clean it, and put it back together with some thread locker, just for that reason. But until it comes loose, I don't not normally. I don't normally take it apart right away. A lot of times I will be excited to see what's on the inside, and I'll take it apart, but not necessarily right away. And a lot of times sometimes I won't take Kaiser apart for years because their stuff usually comes so nicely. Yes, very loose. The only thing I hate is you have to keep switching bits. Come on, PF. I think you did. I might be wrong, but I think they did all T8s on the Beluga. I might be wrong about that though. It just sucks to have to keep switching back and forth, you know? That one's really loose. And get your butt in there. So, let's see. Let's tighten the pivot a little bit more. It's been so freaking hot lately. How about you guys? Where are you at and what's the weather like there? It's been, I'm not gonna, complain too much because it's been beautiful. Like, it's just it's just that unbearable, like 90, 100-degree weather that I can't take sometimes. Unbelievable. You just walk outside and it's like you can't breathe. It's so hot. I can't wait for Blade Show West. I'm so excited about that. These things don't want to tighten down all the way. It's like they didn't catch or something. Yeah, maybe I think that's fine. There we go. We're good. We're good, good, good. Yes, baby. Almost there. A little bit tighter. Woo! That is nice. The action, though, is, it's surprisingly smooth for having steel bearings. And it's almost perfect. Ooh, God, it's so creamy. Oh, God, it's nice. Yeah, so if you guys were wondering, the Bunta is so incredible. Really nice knife. I recommend it fully. The pocket clip is phenomenal. It doesn't get caught up, even though this curves around the back of the knife here. It does your material, the pants material doesn't get caught up in there, so that's kind of cool. I really like that, and the fact that it's ambidextrous is always nice. The lanyard option is also I love the way they incorporated it. The screws that go in here they come in the package that the knife comes in, so you can put those in if you want, but if you put them in without the clip being in, it actually goes through too far and it's right next to the blade. So if your blade became off center, it would scrape it. So that's the reason I left them out. Let's see. I wonder if I'm pretty sure they give you the option of black hardware too. So I probably, okay. Anyway, let me see. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Let me see real quick. All right, I can't find the extra hardware. I'm almost positive it's black. I'll let you know another time though. But one thing I did want to show you is this knife. Remember we were talking about it and everybody loves it. I fell in love with it too. That's why I bought it. Even though it's a no-name, I found its case. So the knife itself doesn't have any branding whatsoever. It's completely sterile except for S35VN on there. Awesome knife. It's got a really thick blade though. It's gonna be this is gonna be a chunker when you go to sharpen it. It's not gonna stay thin forever. So, but it is very slicey for how thick the behind the edge is there. So, it's not necessarily the thinnest blade. It's not paper thin like a lot of them. Let's see. Just to compare the two stocks. So, as you can see, it looks to be right around the same exact size, but This blade is so much taller, it will stay thinner for a lot longer. And they also did like a full flat. So, and this is a full flat. It's just such a skinny blade. It's going to be like a saber grind more so than this. You can see, you can kind of see it's, I just need to get myself some calipers. That's all there is to it. You can see this is so thin behind the edge. It's incredible. I love it. So you have that, and this is the brand that makes this knife, I think. So it's Canada. I don't know. That's who makes this knife. I have been meaning to tell you guys that, but check it out. Incredible, it really is. Oh my god, it's such an incredible knife. Wow. Yeah, the micro milling or the milled out lines on this thing are such fantastic. It gives good grip, sure. Great purchase you can get on this knife because the ergos are just phenomenal. It has like a mid palm swell, so it just fits in your hands so perfectly, and it definitely can fit in large hands. So that's always a plus. And you can choke up a little with the sharpening choil, but that's definitely going to be like user according to the user. So if you have skinny fingers, you're going to be okay to like possibly choke up just on the back of that flipper tab, and you'll get a little bit of life out of that. Even though it's thick, that sharpening choil is pretty decent. So, but this guy right here, now this one you can go to. You might still be able to find it on AliExpress. I don't shop on there anymore, so I just find that as many times as you can get a deal on there, that's how many times you can get crappy service, and they have zero empathy for the customer. So it's, in the long run, it's not worth the stress, to be quite honest with you. I don't regret this purchase just because it turned out to be a really cool looking knife. I really like it. I just hope it's not a knockoff that I'll bump into one day, and then it's definitely going to make me feel like a perpetrator. I just didn't know if it was, I just was enamored by the design and how pretty it is. So, but the Bunta is a great deal. You can most likely find them at White Mountain Knives and use Stella's Obsession, all caps, no gaps. Get your 10% off. Now, as I promised, I have one little tour to go through. Hang tight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Fred. This is Freddie Mercury. He was rescued off of the street, literally just hopping around. We heard him squawking his squawk while he was walking his walk, and thought, well, that's a cockatiel, and he should not be in the street. He couldn't fly, of course, because he was a domesticated bird to begin with. Anyway, we picked him up, we scooped him up, took him upstairs into our house, and ran ad after ad trying to find his owners, but nobody claimed him. So here we are 2 years later, still with Fred. And he is pretty cool, but he is very mean and hates humans. So while he sings us songs and things like that now and then, he is a jerk and he will bite you. All right. Up next we have the Boomer. This is the protector and the man of the house. Check him out. Boomy. Boomy, he hates camera. He's so cute though. He's such a sweetheart. Yes, he is. That's Boomy. Boomer. Yes, he has a lot of nicknames though. And right here we have Beep, the kitten of the house. What? Oh, she was sleeping in the dog's bed. Say hi. No? Okay, beepers, go back to bed. But she's a cutie. She is my emotional support animal. I love her so much. Oh, pretty girl. Okay. On that note, I will definitely see you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed this disassembly and small review on the Bunta. But and then I hope you enjoyed meeting my animals. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you soon.